Hey guys, this is Vivek Mehrotra helping trainers and coaches make more money. Also, I'm an author of an upcoming book known as Marketing Secrets for Trainers and Coaches. And the reason why this video is very special, like super special, is because I want to talk about a branding strategy that I have for only a few. Actually, if I have to count, it's only for 5 people in the coaching and training industry who have accomplished at least something and who have a bigger vision, a massive vision. There are two special things about this branding opportunity. Thing number one is that this branding strategy can give you instant credibility with whoever you meet in less than about, let's say, 10 seconds. So it's going to give you instant credibility. And this branding, the second thing is that this branding strategy is a long lasting strategy. It's not a short term thing. It's a very long term thing that's going to brand you for the rest of your career as a speaker, trainer, coach, consultant, whatever it is that you call yourself. So let's talk about this branding opportunity now. This opportunity has got something to do with my book, my upcoming book known as Marketing Secrets for Trainers and Coaches. Now, before I proceed and talk about this branding opportunity, let me tell you that although it has been a pleasure writing this book, it has also been a lot of hard work, right? And you have an opportunity. Five of you, 5 people watching this video, have an opportunity to leverage all of my hard work, all of my effort, and brand themselves, right? Get associated with me and brand themselves. Now, how is that going to happen? Now, first of all, I'll in a minute I'll come to the branding strategy as well. But let me tell you something that I have personally ensured. Okay, I've personally ensured that I'm going to sell millions and millions of copies of my book, Marketing Secrets for Trainers and Coaches, by doing two things. Right. First of all, the foreword of this book will be written by Sri Ravi Shankar. Now, if you do not know, Sri Ravi Shankar is the founder of the Art of Living Foundation, an organization, a social organization, a spiritual organization, which has spread its wings in more than 150 countries all across the globe. So he's the founder of that, founder of the Art of Living Foundation. Also, Sri Ravi Shankar is, in my opinion, the titan, the pioneer in this industry of training and coaching. Because over the last close to 40 years, they have been running workshops, training programs, both online, offline. They've been, one man as a coach, as a trainer, has been doing and created a massive organization which has not just gone into training and coaching online and offline, but also now into e-commerce, into a whole host of things. So it's really a large, a massive organization business around training and coaching, right? So that man is going to be writing the forward of this book. Also, his interview will be published in this book, right? That's the first thing. So this, you must understand that when these things happen, all of a sudden the branding that goes along with this book just goes through the roof, right? And all of a sudden the number of copies which are going to be sold just dramatically increases if a big name is associated with the book. That's point number one. Point number two is that the purpose for me, the purpose of the sales of these books, I don't care how many copies are going to be sold, but my purpose from the sales of this book is not to make money. Because any and every copy that you buy in future of this book, the royalty will be donated to the Art of Living Foundation to feed the poor children. Okay, that's the second thing. So obviously, when people see that there's a noble cause associated with a certain project, all of a sudden they start, I mean, all of a sudden you see more and more number of copies being sold if the entire royalty will be going to feeding the poor children, right? So that's the second thing. So I've personally almost guaranteed for myself that as an author, I'm not concerned about the book sales or the number of copies which are going to be sold. So I'm pretty much confident in that, right? Which brings me from me to you. And what is this branding opportunity for you? What is this unique one-time opportunity, lifetime branding opportunity for you, right? I wanna I want to get 5 coaches and trainers to be associated with me as a part of this book. Now listen to this carefully because this could just be life transforming for you, right? So I want 5 people to be associated with me, in publishing this book. Now how's that going to happen? So you must understand that if your interview, let's go hypothetical, okay? Let's say your interview as a coach, trainer, speaker, consultant, your interview is published in this book, right? As it is, I know for a fact that millions and millions and millions of copies, not just in India, but all across the globe, will be sold. So your interview, who you are, what you've accomplished, your merits, your accolades, your credentials, your workshops, your programs, your websites, everything is going to be featured in front of millions of people. That's the first thing that's going to happen. Number one. Number two is that tomorrow you're obviously spending a lot of money in your business cards, in your brochures, in your advertising, both online advertising or offline advertising. That's magazines, newspapers, and everything, right? Imagine if you could hand a copy of this book to one of your, let's say, in a networking event, you go and you give the copy of this book to somebody you want to network with and say that, you know what, I got featured in this book, The Marketing Secrets for Trainers and Coaches, the best-selling book, the foreword of which was written by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and I got featured alongside Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, right? Imagine what it's going to do for your branding. Well, that opportunity is available, but that's not available for any and everybody. That's available for a selected few people. So what's going to happen is that you can click the button below, or you can fill out a form below in the description, and you can get in touch with me. I'm going to personally give you a call to ask you a few questions to really find out if you're the right person for these 5 spots that I have for you or not, right? If you are, then absolutely we're going to go ahead with this, and it's going to be an amazing opportunity for you, right? Another thing that's going to happen is that now you must understand that if you are investing in offline media, that is newspapers, magazines, let's see, brochures, if you are distributing pamphlets or brochures, if you're distributing mailers, sending it to people's homes, that has a life of about 24 hours, because whatever offline media is there, people are virtually going to throw it in the next one day, because the very next day more of that media is going to come in, right? Think about it. If you're doing online advertising, right, which is spectacular, which is super cheap, which is very efficient, even I do it, that's my bread and butter. If you're doing online advertisement, there is still a certain things that you have to consider. Number one, the competition. Number two, that your ads also keep changing, right? The industry, the consumers are still bombarded with a lot of advertisements, right? Again, advertisements also come and go. Online blogs, online interviews also, they come and go. But think about what happens with a book, right? What happens with a book? If somebody buys a book, it just stays with them forever, right? They may not read it, they may only buy it for a certain thing, but it just stays with them forever, right? A book is never thrown away. Nobody throws a book in trash, but our trash, our junk is full of business cards, brochures, pamphlets, and all these things, right? But nobody throws a book in trash, in junk, in garbage. Never really happens. It either stays in their shelf, or it gets passed on, or it gets resold. But guess what? Even if it gets resold, somebody is always going to have your interview in it, right? So this opportunity, this one-time branding opportunity that's going to stay for you with the rest of your life, is actually available, right? So there are 2 opportunities. To summarize this before you go ahead, click the button below and schedule a call with me. There are 2 opportunities, right? The number one is that I control. Of course, globally, millions and millions of copies are going to be sold, and you're going to be featured in that. That's number one. Number two is that you can pass on the copy of this book to your network, or the people that you're trying to network with. And mind you, I'm only interested in those people who have big visions. I mean, think about it. One good network, what is the cost of that one good network? It could put 1 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees in your pocket. If you look at an annual thing, or let's say a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan, it could actually be that much. And the book, being featured in a book, having your interview in the book, having your interview in a best-selling book, having your interview alongside with somebody who's a super VIP, a super accomplished guy in this industry, says a lot about you, which is the reason why this is not for everybody. This is only for a selected few people who want to work with me even more closely. Only a selected few people who have a big vision, and this is not for those people who are, let's say, just getting started as trainers and coaches. I would at least want you to have at least some level of accomplishment in your field, in your domain, and that's when an opportunity like this would make absolute real sense for you, right? Is this opportunity for free? Absolutely not. It's going to cost you some money, but then once you learn more about how much money it's going to cost and what you're going to get in return, it's going to be a mind-boggling deal for you, right? That is something I can assure you. That is something I can promise, which is the reason why let's get on a call. Let's actually, you click the button below, you fill out a form, and we can get on a call. We can discuss this opportunity even further after we discuss if you're the right kind of person for this or not. So you do that. I wish you all the best and many blessings. Bye-bye.